I mean, our jobs as professional athletes extend beyond just going skiing and rock climbing.
That sounds pretty good, though.
It does sound pretty good.
All right, same thing. And nice and slow. Sick. And then back to AB. And then even slower. And a couple more times. Yeah, just keep running through it.
So I'm trying to be a professional athlete in a very full-time way, both with my own goals in the mountains and in trying to excel in all the traditional disciplines of like a old school mountain guide, so climbing, skiing, alpine. But I am super fast. And doing all the corporate speaking and sponsors and media creation that goes with being a pro athlete. Yeah, and that makes sense. So that's southward. That's cool. Well, we don't have to belabor the decision tomorrow. You would no help at all. Clayton?
It would obviously be a good thing to film it.
Yeah. Then I think we should ski tomorrow. And then potentially ski the next day, but be done in time for Clayton to go to your PT appointment with you.
Yeah.
Still every day just like so like joyful for the fact that I have that opportunity to do that. Whoa.
I mean, like we talk about, it's really hard to have balance sometimes when we live this life. A lot of what we both do actually is speaking. That's one of the bigger components to how we make a living. I do corporate speaking, but I also do some speaking jobs for my sponsors, my partners. But yeah, so I did take a trip to Salt Lake City to speak at Kodiak's company retreat.
A little bit about why I do what I do, centering around kind of the story of my greatest climbing achievement. Into my teenage years, I was solely focused on climbing competitions. I became a national champion sport climber 5 times. Winning mindset, I was exposed to this idea that climbing could be about much more than that. How many of you guys know what type 2 fun is? And then I discovered something called big wall free climbing. And to me, it felt like this ideal combination of adventure and difficult technical rock climbing. For me, it was just this perfect mix. If there was sound, it's like a lot more emotional, but that's okay. This is me on the summit with Adrian. 21 hours, 13 minutes, 51 seconds. And thank you. Yeah, it was a big deal. I became the 4th woman to free climb El Cap in a day via any route, the 1st woman to free it via the Golden Gate route. And it was this culmination of years of preparing and training and trying, even when success felt so far off and nothing felt possible.
Which was a super fun experience, just great to hang out with everyone, meet everyone, have like FaceTime. And I got to speak, and then I got to go to the climbing gym and train a little bit. It was a really good combo of work and play.
Driving like an old man, look over the front. I'm a fully certified IFMGA mountain guide.
Mount Everest, load number 62.
This is like all the snacks and treats and high altitude food for Mount Everest. And in 2004, I founded a mountain guides company called Alpenglow Expeditions. I love helping other people have incredible experiences in the mountains.
Look at this receipt.
It's a solid Trader Joe's receipt. And this is kind of cool. Olive oil in tin.
Ooh, I like that.
So hopefully it travels well. Alpenglow Expeditions, this little company that I started in 2004, is now a full-fledged business with dozens of guides working around the world. We take over 6,000 people a year out climbing, skiing, and on expeditions. The team that I get to work with is so incredible. That's why I get to try to juggle both things. All right, what did I miss today? Bring a large Alpenglow jacket for the border guard who helps us to get everything over the border from Nepal to Tibet. I ran Alpenglow, this is how everything was. Exactly, now it's all so good. People put shit in spreadsheets. But it means that pretty much anytime I'm home, I try to get into the office most days and spend at least a couple hours with the team. Spend time with people who are actually running this, this wild and incredible program and doing such a good job of it.
With a list for Emily, it's like oil, lighters, scrubbies, just so.
And then anytime I'm on the road, like here in Switzerland, whatever I do all day, I then generally spend, 3 to 5 hours in the evening catching up on WhatsApps, emails, and calls. Into the work zone for a couple hours. It's fun. It's the best. This is my Everest packing room, but I guess I need podcast equipment. Sam's probably losing his mind. Yeah, we started a podcast. Let's see. Go from the road. Hi, Sam. Can you hear me? So our podcast is called the Duffel Shuffle Podcast. Sam Kekeffer, a friend of mine and a mountain guide for Alpenglow Expeditions, and I are co-hosting. I love podcasts, and I thought there was a real hole in what's out there. There's a lot of podcasts about climbing and skiing, but none from kind of like the professional perspective of mountain guides. The name, the Duffel Shuffle, we came up with kind of because like when you think about a big mountain expedition, it always seems to be that like beautiful summit shot. But the reality is that 80% of expeditions are just moving fucking duffel bags from point A to point B, like all this logistic nightmare that actually makes for a successful expedition. Today we have Caroline Gleich, professional ski mountaineer, and recently announced a Senate run. So excited to talk to her about skiing and also like what that looks like to be diving that deep into politics. 2 minutes to spare. Let's start with skiing, like, this steep skiing, how you got into it, why it was such a focus of yours, shooting gallery. Well, thanks so much for taking time with us. We're super excited.